Okay, hello guys, it's Mr. Lex again, and I know it's not my manner to rant in the middle of the week, but recent events and happenings have prompted this, you know, the reactions, pressure here and there about the protest, have made me to actually like still come out to rant. Even today's even today being middle of the week, but we can't get it wrong if you actually want to make this country work for everyone, not just for the blue blood per se. You understand? Nigeria is our motherland. We don't have another country. There's no other place that we can call home apart from Nigeria. Even though we leave this country or Jackpa as many are planning to or have done, we are always going to be strangers wherever we find ourselves, as far as it's not Nigeria. It's only Nigeria that we can call our own motherland. And it won't be right for somebody to be inside a house and let it burn down, because definitely that person will get hurt apart from the house and the properties being destroyed, right? So I think those are the reasons why the youths decided, not particularly the youth, but basically the majority of the people that are participating in this movement are the youths, decided that okay, enough is enough. We actually have to let the government know that we are not okay with this. This is not going down well with us, you understand? So something needs to be done. Enough is enough. And bad governance, because no matter how we want to push it, a hungry man is an angry man. That's just a basic thing. It's a basic thing. It's a basic human instinct. That's the way every human being on earth is created. When you keep somebody hungry and starved, the person is more prone to criminality, more prone to illegality, more prone to cutting corners and encouraging corruption. So that's why this protest is needed. I won't dwell much on talking about why the protest must happen or why the protest is necessary and all that. But I feel like I just have to, come online to clarify some things, because I didn't sleep yesterday night. I have to just say it. I couldn't sleep up to around maybe four in the morning. I was awake. I couldn't sleep. My heart was bleeding. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but I literally cried for my motherland. Seriously. Is it how bad? Is this how bad it has gotten? Is this how retrogressive we have become as a country and as a democracy? We have not really made any, I don't know. We have not made any step forward. We make one step forward, we take 10 steps back. Now, I've seen many different quarters, both the government, the different NGOs, associations, religious leaders, and many stakeholders in the society. Everybody is entitled to their opinion. But one thing is sure, that the opinion of the majority counts the most, and it cannot be tuned down or fanned down with threats and then blackmailing, gaslighting. It can't work. It can't work, because the approach that is being taken by many in the society, that I won't say maybe overtly that they are benefiting from the government, obviously, because I won't see how somebody will be supporting what is killing his or her family member if he or she is not benefiting from that particular thing. I know it's in human nature to be selfish, but let's be rational. Let's be sympathetic with the poor masses, the common man on the street. Can and religious leaders, various stakeholders coming out to say that the youth should shelve the idea of the protest, that the protest should not hold, that it's not necessary. It really begs the question, like, is this how backward we have gone? Like, So it's not cool for things to be going wrong. It's not cool for Nigerians to endure hunger, right? It's not cool for school fees to be increased without any concomitant or, any resonating effect in the cost of living. Like, there's no is the cost of living has increased. It's not like the minimum wage has been increased. It's still 30 something thousand. And then school fees right now in many public institutions, because I don't want to talk about private. Private is a private business. We are talking about public institutions here. Now, I won't speak for every other school, but let me talk about my own alma mater, UNN, University of Nigeria, Nsukka. We are paying in first year, I think, plus or minus everything we paid in first year, both registration and everything, was 70,000, more or less 70,000. You understand? Running around everything, just 70,000. But how much is it now? It's basically 100 and something thousand naira. Because by the time you pay school fees should be 85 or so, or 75, I don't know. But it's higher than what it used to be. And basically, we are not seeing why these increases are being made. I don't know whether to say outrightly that the government of the day doesn't really care, because it's very obvious that they are preaching sacrifice. The changes that we want to see will cause us some pain before it can be evident. There is a process, and you have to break the egg, before you make an omelette. We are in the process of breaking the egg. Yeah, I agree that change it's not something that is smooth. It comes with pain. It comes with discomfort. But it's not fair that it's only the poor man, the common man on the street, that is left to bear those things, while the ruling class and the government at large not only live flamboyantly, but kind of, I don't know, shove it down our throat by force, like put it to our face, as if we are blind to all those things. A country, you are saying there's no money, but your convoy is having more than 6 cars. Why? Why? A country that you are saying there's lack of funds, you are taking loans, and then few people are having up to like 2008. What is one individual doing with 2008? What are you doing with those? Like, we are saying there's shortage, things that the economy is plummeting and everything, and then you have, I don't know, unnecessary arms of government. What is the office of the first lady like? Make it make sense. What is actually like the function? I mean, like, in a government, what do they do constitutionally? I'm not talking about, let's leave emotions here. What is the office of the first lady? What are the functions performed by the office of the first lady? That we now have office of the first lady, we have office of the first son, office of the first daughter. Like, God. All these things, like, I must say, it's not like everything I can that can bring myself to articulate without getting angry or so pissed off that I might, lose my civility. So I'm going to keep it cool and go straight to why actually I'm making this broadcast. Actually, I'm talking or I'm ranting today, being the middle of the week, which is not my manner. I don't enjoy ranting in the middle of the week. I always like it, let it simmer down. When it gets to Friday, my head is cooled down and everything, and then I rant. But recent events, news, pressure and tension from different stakeholders in the society, you see this youth group, youth wing, I don't know who they are representing. I just don't understand how people could be so insensitive to their future that you are called out to protest against a protest that is against something that is affecting you as an individual. I want to know, is there a place where Tinubu supporters buy bread cheaper? Or I want to know. If there is, I will join them. Is there a place where rice is less than what the price it is now, that is almost 100,000? Is there a place where they are buying fuel cheaper as Tinubu supporters? Because I don't see why you are supporting a government. Okay, they are saying give us more time, give us more time, give us more time. A government that has been in power for more than 6 months plus, basically 1 year, and there's no, I just want to pinpoint one thing. Okay, they will say student loan. Student loan that you made, did you make the loan to cage students and keep them as debtors? Or did you create a loan scheme for only the privileged few? Which I will still repeat it till tomorrow. Those people will not need it. The people that really need this government loan cannot access it. And even though they access it, the terms and conditions are so how do I put it? Disconnected from reality that it makes someone like wonder whether this government actually is there for us or against us. Like, seriously. And then the youth will come out to protest, and then some unscrupulous element, because sorry to say this, because like at this point I'm no. You are dissociating yourself from the protest, stating that that is going to spiral into anarchy, blah blah. I want to tell you something. At no point has any of us that are saying that we are going to protest, we the protesters that are planning to go and protest, even that I'm angry now, that I'm discontented and frustrated, doesn't mean I'm going to be destructive, or I'm not aware of the legality, or I'm not aware of the section 45 that safeguards my right, that is kind of like the requirements, the guideline of me protesting. I'm aware of all these things. On no occasion has any protester or somebody or the youths made a statement that will even indicate that we're actually trying to, cause insurrection or revolution. I don't understand where all these things are coming from. Okay, the DSS, the army, all of a sudden, all of them are having intelligence that is going to be hijacked. All of them are having intelligence that is politically sponsored. Fish out those people. That's your work. Fish out those people. Let the common citizen come out and ventilate his discontent against the status quo. Why lump all of us together and try to suppress our... So basically what you're trying to do is to prevent us from exercising our rights. I don't want to say some things, but is it not bad enough? Is it not bad enough that we voted and then it seems like our vote didn't count, and then... Sorry. Let's move past that. We are here about the protest, right? So, I'm still going to say this. I'm still going to repeat this, right? Protest is, first of all, a fundamental human right to start with. Secondly, it is enshrined in the Constitution, the 1999 Constitution of Nigeria. You can go and check it by yourself. Section 40 of the Nigerian Constitution. It gives us the right to assemble and peacefully protest. Like all those things that I mentioned there are like their guidelines, they give us the right to protest. Now, are we going to protest? Yes. Is it going to be peaceful? Yes. That's what we have said. Because why? We are aware of Section 45 of the Constitution, which says, which rules out the guidelines, the specifics that we must follow in as much as we are protesting against the government. These are the guidelines. These are the things that we must do to keep it legal. We know the legal boundaries of this. We are aware of it. And on no occasion, because I've seen many stakeholders, because I don't want to start calling names, you understand? Because the recent thing now is you call names and then they come and pick you up in the night. And then, I don't know. We all know how Nigeria is. But it's a pity that in Nigeria we will see the truth. It will be glaring in front of us. We will see that this thing is white, but majority is not. I don't know how these people think. I don't know where they kept their conscience and everything. Will come out and blatantly lie that this thing is black, when everybody can see that this thing is white. Hunger is affecting everybody. The inflation is affecting everybody. Money is losing value. The minimum wage that you are saying, you have proposed, okay, you have rushed and passed it into law. When is it going to be implemented? Because we know in Nigeria that many of the laws are just on paper. Many of them are not implemented. It's fact. It's there. It's there. Just make it make sense. There are some people that call themselves youth leaders who come out and be against such legitimate, much needed action in this country. It is very legal. It's a right that is legally protected in the Nigerian Constitution. We have that right to protest. We have that right to protest. And then I've heard people saying, okay, now, I must say something. This section 45, of the Constitution has given us a guideline. And let me also add this. Now, they're talking about the insecurity of it, the risk of it being hijacked and everything. Now, I'll put it to you, that's where the Police Act, as amended in 2020, comes in. Specifically, Section 83, subsection 4. It clearly states that the police is to provide security, protect life and property, and protect keep the protesters safe as they are carrying out their exercise. Maintain law and order. That's your duty. Now, I don't see the reason why this is your duty and then you leave your duty, you now want to prevent the whole process as a whole. There's nowhere, I must categorically state it now, that there's nowhere in the Nigerian Constitution, even as it is right now, that we actually need to totally overhaul it. Because obviously the Constitution is how would I put it? It's not for the people. It's not a Constitution that resonates with the people. It's not actually meeting our needs anymore. It's just meeting the needs of few people, which even when it favors the common man, it will be twisted still to waive out the common man from his benefits. There is nowhere in the Nigerian Constitution that states that protesters must give out their names, their details, or conduct themselves in fact, inform the security forces that, oh, this is how we are going to conduct this protest. We are going to walk like this. We are going to say this. There's no place in the Nigerian constitution that stipulates that. I must just have to put it out there. There's nowhere. Can one check it? It's there. Then on the Nigerian constitution is not shrouded in secrecy, as many the activities of the government and everything is being done. It's outside there. It's out in the public. You can go and check it by yourself. So about the legality of this protest or this action, it is very, very legal. No arrest should be made because it's a legal process. It's our right and it's constitutionally backed. Because assuming it was just a right, yes, every government has a right to interpret your freedom and everything. But this particular action, this particular, status quo is safeguarded and is entrenched in the Nigerian constitution. So I don't see why they will try, because sorry, just permit me to say this. It's only a farmer that is trying to plant seeds that will till the ground, water it. It's only a farmer that is planning on planting seeds or cultivating it that will take care, that will till that ground, that will clear it. Because I feel like that's what the federal government is doing. Because at no point has any protester or any of the protest organizers come out to say, okay, we are going to be carrying guns or we are going to be violent. We have always been maintaining that it's going to be a peaceful protest, a peaceful march, a peaceful demonstration. I don't know where the idea of anarchy is going to come in, insurrection, revolution. Nobody is calling for all these things because, truth be said, all of us, what we want is a Nigeria, a better Nigeria. We don't want, because if Nigeria today crumbles, it doesn't benefit anybody. It doesn't benefit me, especially that Nigeria becomes a failed state. It doesn't benefit me. If Nigeria today goes into anarchy, it doesn't benefit me. So why would I want to actually plunge a country into that kind of depth of trouble, of mess? Obviously, I just want, it's a simple something. Just want to come out, protest, let the government know I'm not happy about this. I'm a graduate, I've graduated, no work. Make it make sense. Okay, let's say for us that actually we are not really too keen 100% on employment and all that. To access capital for SMEs, like startup entrepreneurs like me, when you go to the bank or you go to the SME banks, you see that the conditions, the terms and conditions, then the interest rate it will discourage you. It will be as if basically you are taking money to start a business that you won't make any gain from. You end up working for the government throughout. Because let's tell ourselves the truth, no businessman goes into the business without having the mindset or a target of making profit from his or her sweat or investment. It's a fact. So it's a very legal process. I don't see why they are trying so hard to paint it black instead of addressing the issues why the protest is planned to take place. If you address those issues today, ASAP, even though you don't address the whole thing, at least if you can reverse the subsidy removal, the price of food and commodities like food, cost of living, transport, all those things will, at least it will come down. Even though it doesn't come down to its original price, it will come down, stoop a little bit low than what it is. It's not so bad that you, as a common Nigerian on the street, you don't even know where your next meal is going to come from. We are human beings. We are breathing. We are not donkeys. We are not animals. We have blood running through our veins. We need food. It's a popular saying. It's a popular saying that an idle man is a devil's workshop, because you can't say you are fighting crime, you are fighting crime, you are fighting terrorism, when you are not dealing with financial and fiscal policies that will, encourage children to be in school. Because by the time you increase the school fees and the minimum wage is what it is, almost, at least here in the south where I'm residing, what will happen is, obviously, it's a matter of time. The parents will not be able to support their children in school again, and before you know it, they'll start withdrawing them from the schools. And what happened? Those people that have been withdrawn from the school, what do you expect them to turn out to be? An uneducated person, an illiterate, or half-baked graduate? How do you, because how do you want those people to cope? First of all, reverse that statement, reverse that policy back to what it is, because I don't see why you want to treat a patient without actually telling the patient the implication of the drug you are giving to him or her, because that was how it looked like to me. There was no communication. Basically, I feel the government is just talking to Nigerians, or talking at Nigerians, basically. Yeah, they are not communicating. You didn't tell us, okay, we are removing this fuel subsidy. Okay, this is going to be in place to soft land this thing. We know that this is going to, from this period to period, this period, this is what is going to happen. Let's be here with us. We are expecting this. You put empirical fact, and then you let us know, okay, let's get ready for the wave. But no, first thing, you hit the ground running, and we are running now. Obviously, we are running. So we are running. We are really, really running, and it doesn't make sense. I don't have another country. Nigeria is my motherland. It's a fact. I don't have a choice in I was born here. I just have to accept the fact. And I cannot live in delusion. Delusion doesn't solve the problem. The school fees has been increased. Reverse those things. I don't see a reason why the minimum wage is still at a certain level. How do you expect students and parents to cope with the school fees increase? The increase in tuition fee in public schools. I can remember in those days, going to a public school, it was because it was cheap and affordable, because it was the hope of the common man. But now, if the private school is so exorbitant that even before now we could not afford it, now the public school that is our hope as common people, now the price of tuition fee is so exorbitant, coupled with the cost of living and everything, cost of transportation, cost of electricity, the electricity tariff and everything, insecurity. How do you want us to cope? A government whereby there's no transparency, there's no accountability. It's not which day that I saw that Serap is suing the CBN over 10 billion naira old notes or something. Imagine if Serap hasn't mentioned that, which Nigerian will know? That's where what we are saying. There's no transparency. There's no accountability. But if there was an accountability, you won't tell me that former Governor Yahaya Bello did what he did. It was glaring. Everybody saw it. Up to the stage that it could not be hidden again. Police, the EFCC had to come in and everything. And then you are telling me till now you can't find him. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. Make it make sense. And suddenly we are having intel about peaceful protesters going to cause anarchy. Peaceful protesters going to cause revolution and insurrection. Make it make sense to me, please. People should just make it make sense to me. Reform the judicial system. The judicial system is there's no hope for the common man. Now it seems like the lady of the lady the lady of law is not blind anymore, basically, because I feel like she's not seeing the common man with a particular eye or perspective, and seeing the rich and the blue boy in another, the blue blood and in another perspective, because that's the way it seems. Where is the hope of the common man? The last hope of the common man in the democracy, which is the law court, has been messed up, hijacked. You have judges that will see that this thing is white, and then they'll say it's black because the common man can't bribe them. They will make it make sense, please. Then the approach now that the governors, most of the APC governors, especially the governor of Imo State, that has come out to say everything is fine, the government is doing well. Are we blind? We are not blind. That's the indifference in their body language and their actions is so provocative. It's frustrating. It's frustrating. Seriously. It's frustrating. Very, very frustrating. That a few people will not be privileged. We elect you there, and then your salary, your allowance is so exorbitant, and they are saying that there's no money. There's no money. Cut the cost of government. Slash their salary. They are public servants, for God's sakes. They are not running a private enterprise, whereby, because that's what I'm saying. We have gone so far back in our democracy, in our journey of democracy, that public office holders now think is a place whereby you can go and make money, as if it's a private enterprise. We have lost it. That people that now get elected, they are not going there to serve. They are going there to serve themselves, which is not the way it's supposed to be. Most of these leaders they now go there to enrich themselves, instead of going there to solve the issues that are affecting their constituents, the people that they are representing. No. Rather, they will go there and be smiling while their people are not suffering. Make it make sense. Because I don't see how hunger is affecting everybody in Nigeria. Because I can tell you that at least 7 or 8 out of 10 people that you meet in a day in the Nigerian society on the street don't eat up to 2 square meals. They don't eat up to 2 square meals. Most. With majority not even having what to eat or source of livelihood. What do you expect? See, the truth is that even if these governments and the stakeholders and the pressure points and everything is pulled, and then this protest doesn't hold, it will just be like water that's been kept on fire. It's just a matter of time. It will boil. You can't stop it. It's the course of nature. It must boil. The only thing that you cannot decide is whether you want to reduce the light, the fire. When you reduce it, you just prolong it, but definitely at a certain point, it will boil. Let me tell you. Now, you put a particular amount of water on fire, you increase the temperature maybe to 50 degrees, or you reduce it to 40 degrees or 60 degrees, 30 degrees. What you just do is, you are not changing the end point. The end point is that definitely that water is going to boil as far as there's continuous supply of heat. But it just now is a matter of when that is now in your power. if actually this protest is made not to hold, it's a matter of it will still come back. As far as those issues, the issues prompting the protest have not been addressed properly, dealt with decisively, it's a matter of time. You can adjourn it. It will come. And the funny thing that this government or these people don't realize is that the more you push somebody to the wall, the more likely that person is going to turn back, and then I guarantee you it will be funny. Because the more you beat a child, the louder he will cry. The louder he will wail. But it seems like the Nigerian government and its stakeholders, because I want to call them the stakeholders, because I don't see how me, personally, right now, will be supporting this particular government with everything. I don't have anything against the president himself as an individual. He has achieved great things, yes. But I have a problem with the way he runs the government, his policies and everything. That's what I have. I think that's what they are getting wrong. What they are getting wrong is that we are not against individuals. We don't hate individuals in the government. What we hate is the collective policies, the collective output of the government itself. That's what we are protesting against. We are not protesting because I've heard many people from different corners and different angles coming out to say we are protesting against Tinubu, we are trying to bring him down, blah blah blah. Now, I want to say something. In as much as my principal or the person I supported didn't win, doesn't mean I will fight to bring down the particular person that won. No. Okay. You are saying I want. Okay, now have you asked yourself these questions? That okay, so if we decide that we are fighting against these people, want to remove these people, so if you remove them, who will replace them, please? Make it make sense. So it's all these things, address these issues and the protests. I don't see any reason why any level-headed person will come out to protest anymore. Because you can't beat a child and expect that child to cry. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. Recently, I've noticed that there has been a lot of pressure, tension in the country because of the said protest. Now, it begs the question, seriously, that why are they so worked up if they actually feel like it is not necessary? Why are they so worked up about it? Even if this protest doesn't hold, for me, I feel like it has achieved the purpose. I think the Nigerian government has, kind of sat up a bit. They have sat up a bit, Can coming out like and the youth I think I saw which was it on Arise News or Silv? I don't know, but I saw it on the news where the youth president, the youth can president or something, the Christian Association, blah blah blah, and all that. I saw some youth, the northern whatever, and I saw some from Lagos and everything calling themselves youths. They will not come out and they are saying they are speaking for people like me. Are you being serious? I follow you collect what I waiting and give you and make you they talk. Waiting they talk. I follow you they chop am. If you dey see food chop, me I no see food chop. Oh. Eh? Ha. If they are giving you food to eat, me I never see food chop. I have not seen food to eat. As you see me like this. I can't be hungry and expecting me to smile. It doesn't make any sense. You're hurting me. You're hurting my feelings. Then the religious, most of the religious leaders now, what? In fact, I said this thing in my previous broadcast. I said it. That watch, just watch. Because this is basically what happened post-election, just few weeks post-election, is the same thing that they are trying to repeat. That we are discontented about something, we know that this is affecting all of us, and you are telling us to pray. It makes me ask myself, like, is religion there to actually, take care of all of our needs, or we are there to actually, like, serve God and kind of, have a spiritual connection? Because the kind of religion that or the Christianity or whatever that is being purported or no peddled out in Nigeria is depend on God for everything. And it makes me ask myself, if it was that way, okay, for Christians now, if it was that way, and Muslims, let me even put all of them inside. Yes, all the religious bodies inside. Yes, if God made it that we are supposed to be dependent on Him for everything, and it would have been that you want to eat, because He wouldn't have said, okay, before the man will see what he will eat, he must till the ground, he will walk. He won't have made the woman, you must go through painful labor before you give birth. If actually, before you give birth, if actually He made it that He was supposed to do everything, woman no for the give birth now. It's just when He will deliver it for you. You want to eat, you just call, He will give you food. You will not be working now. We will not be at this point even protesting, citing hunger. The white people that brought this religion to us, you see them when things are going wrong, they protest, they make their government feel that, tell the government that this is wrong, this, we are not happy with this, you have to change, this is not working with us. And the government listens to them. But in Nigeria here, reverse is the case. If Israel, that as Christians we believe that the children of God, gone, if they could be fighting war, carrying arms to go and fight war, even though Bible said God is with them, He's going to fight for them, you see them fighting war, that should tell you something, that it's not everything that you depend on spirituality for. There are some things that you must do for yourself. God cannot come and do for you what you are supposed to do for yourself. It's a fact. But all I keep seeing is things are going wrong. The youths have, they are so frustrated and angry that they are now decided, okay, enough is enough. We have to ventilate our concerns, our frustrations, our anger, and then one can whatever, or religious body, or traditional ruler, or whatever, with no disrespect meant for you people, but I'm sorry, like, I'm sorry, like, what kind of God are you people serving? Is it a God of deceit? Or is our God wicked? Because I don't see how I've prayed for how many years that Nigeria will get better. I will vote, and then the vote wouldn't count, and then you are telling me to still pray for the person. And then, okay, I decide, okay, it's the will of God, as you said, and I'm praying for the person, and things are going wrong, and you're telling me it's the will of God that will change. How long are we going to continue living in denial? How long are we going to continue in this way? How long? For how long? How long? For God's sake, for how long are we going to deceive ourselves? Because, see, at the risk of sounding, I don't know, I think I've gone past that, I think how would I put it, I've left that fellowship or that crowd, that web, where they gaslight you in church and make you feel like you saying your mind against the government, or making you agree with me. I felt last Sunday now they talked about it. They will make you feel like you telling the government, okay, this is wrong, I'm not okay with this, I don't do this way, this is not, I'm feeling this way, this, you are oppressing me, I'm not feeling fine. They are expecting you to swallow all those things and not speak against the government. And it brings me to another angle. In Nigeria, I feel like the religion that is being peddled is a religion of dependency, and that's what makes people, it's easier for them to make away with people's money or convince them to give out the little that they have. Because I don't see how a rich man that is doing well for himself will come to your church and you'll be telling the person, if you bring Benz or if you bring this certain amount of money, God will now bless you with this certain amount of blessing. No rich man will fall for that shit. No rich man will fall for that scheme. Because a rich man that is doing well for himself knows that if I do A, the result is going to be B. If I sow A, I will get B. It's only a poor man that will fall into that trap, because he's a poor man now. Because when you keep people at this particular level of where everybody is hungry and everything, it's only then that you can easily deceive them and tell them, oh, the Lord said if you drop that little money that is in your account, 15,000, Emeka, by tomorrow morning a contract of 150,000 will come to you. It's only a poor man that will listen to that all those shenanigans and rubbish, because I know that my God, the God I'm serving, the God that I know of, that I've known for years, is not materialistic. The God that created all these things will not come and need it. He will not need it. He's above all these things because he created it. So why will I create pepper and give it to a child and then come and tell the child you have to give me part of the pepper every time? Make it make sense to me. They will quote certain parts of the Bible, they will not quote the remaining. The one that fits their swindling activity, that's the one that they will be every time preaching. Because if the government is working right, you will see that I can tell you that 90% of people in church today, not to disregard anybody or anything, 90% of people in church today are there because they feel like the church or the God is going to solve problems that they are supposed to solve by themselves. It's just the truth. You agree with me? It's a fact. Ask 9 out of 10 people in church are not there to actually commune with God, because that's the main essence of religion. Getting a connection with your creator, a higher being. It's not like you are not connecting there. It's not a transaction. Spirituality is not a transactional something, It's you connecting to a higher being, submitting, reverence. It's not you going there. It's not a business deal. You are not doing business with God that you give him 20 million. God will now bless you with 200 million. He's not a businessman. Hello. He's not a businessman. If not, in Christianity, Jesus Christ wouldn't have chased those people out of the temple. If God was actually a businessman, as they are portraying the whole religion, Christianity, to be, he wouldn't have chased those people. Because those people were making gains and profit and they were paying good tithes. But Jesus Christ got angry when he saw them, because he knew that, all these things I created, what God needs from you is reverence, worship, obedience, finish. But the situation of the country has made a lot of people fall victim of swindlers that call themselves men of God. You are not God, you are not a man of God anything. When you are telling people that you can buy that your water can cure diseases, that your soap, if they take it to bath. Are you a magician? Is God a magician? God, I know, is faith without work is dead. That's the God I know. The God I know. Faith plus work equals to substance. Faith is a spiritual part of it. You believe it in your heart, ask your God for it. There's a spiritual, transcend. transcending of your wish down. But you must put in the work for it to bring out that thing from the spiritual realm to materialize it in the physical realm. Nigeria should get better. How many years have you been praying that Nigeria should get better? You don't want to take action. You don't want people to take action. So how does he want to get better? If the present government, you leave them and you don't tell them, oh, this thing is, your policies are not going right. We are suffering. Price of things are increasing, and then you keep quiet. Do you think they will actually find out that you are not? They will feel like you are comfortable with it. Okay, we are doing this thing right. Until you point it out that this thing you are doing is wrong. Oh, that's when they will know that this is wrong. But you don't want us to point it out every time you use the Bible quotations that you have selected, that you even read the whole chapter for them. You use one side of the Bible, blah blah blah, constitutional authority, and then blah, and use it, and then kill people's desire to make a change. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. So that being said, I think the truth is that at the beginning I didn't really want to, physically participate in the protest. I have to be honest with you. Being the president, of what has happened before and how it went and everything. The answers, I can remember when we came out, it was so peaceful and everything until, because see, I just have to say it out. We were peaceful until, I don't know, the talks that the government hired came in and disrupted it. Because you can't hit me and expect me not to defend myself. It doesn't make any sense. Check it. Don't just quote me anywhere. It was when those talks came in, when people were killed by the government, that it turned into a riot. That's when they started burning things down. Because tell me as I am, I know I'm discontented with the policies and everything, but I'm not against any individual. Discontentment, frustration against policies, not being comfortable with policies, is a legal something. I can decide to say no, that I don't want this. That doesn't mean I'll come and burn your house. That doesn't mean I'll carry out illegalities. Or that doesn't mean I won't respect other people's view. It's a fact. All these bodies, all these associations that are calling, that with distancing themselves, withdrawing, blah, blah, blah. I wonder, who forced you before? We be call you may join us. We not call you. If you don't want to join us, don't join us. Hello, we are not forcing anybody. And this protest is not even about the numbers. If 100 people can come out and stand peacefully, tell the government this is what we want, this is what we want, this is what we want, peacefully, and then we'll go back, we'll come out again, go back, we'll come out again. Protest is not about the large number. It's not a mob. We are not doing riot here. It's a protest. Hello. So we don't even need you people. If you want to distance yourself, distance yourself. But I just have a word for you people. Anything you are doing today, for the short term, think about the long term. You are thinking about yourself and your child. Think about their own children, your great grandchildren, how their future is going to look like. Don't think about just that bag of rice they're giving you, that 50,000 they're giving you, $200 they're giving you, that you use only for maybe, okay, people that now, those guys that collected money in 2015, is it 2015? No, 2019, yes, 2019, to voting who we didn't want. You collected bribe and everything. How far is your life going now? I hope you are not a millionaire, right? I hope your children are feeding 5 times a day. They are very fat. For how long are we going to continue like this? For how long will we let these people divide us along ethnic lines, religious lines? For how long are we going to allow this to gaslight us into not doing the right thing? For how long are we going to keep enduring? Because the common Nigerian has endured so much hardship that Hardship is now the norm. It's not supposed to be so. It's government of the people, by the people, and for the people. For the people. It's not government of the people, by the people, for some people. That was not the definition of democracy. So that being said, let me read out. There are some locations in case you can't find your way around. On the first, the protest is going to take place from the 1st to the 10th. Those are the stipulated dates. If it will go beyond that, I don't know. I'm not among the organizers. I'm just a protester. I'm just going to be a participant. I'm an activist, and I believe in a working Nigeria, a Nigeria that works for me and you. That's what I believe in. I believe in a Nigeria that is sensitive to my plight. I believe in a Nigeria that can feed me, that can give me a job. That's what I believe in. I believe in a Nigeria where I feel safe. I believe in a Nigeria where I won't be afraid to walk on the street. I believe in a Nigeria where I will not be afraid when I'm stopped by the police thinking that they will harm me. I believe in a Nigeria where police is truly going to be my friend. I believe in a Nigeria where military is not going to be used on civilians. I believe in a Nigeria where economics and fiscal policies are going to be favorable for the common man on the street. I believe in a Nigeria where the government is going to be transparent and accountable to their constituent and the population that put them there. That's the Nigeria I believe in. I'm a very patriotic Nigerian. Very patriotic at heart. I won't do anything to harm this country or to burn it down. It won't benefit me. But I won't sit down also and watch some people ravish it and destroy it while I keep quiet. No. Want to be part of the protest from 1st to 10th, there are designated places, so that the protest won't become like a riot. It will be actually organized, kind of more impactful, you understand? So there are rally points that has been designated for now. Those places have been marked out for this exercise. So if there are changes, I'll still let you people know. You follow me to stay in the loop about the locations and everything. But currently, if you're in Abuja, there are two locations for the rallying, for the protest: the Freedom Square and in front of the National Assembly. If you are in Lagos, we have the Ikorodu Road or Junction, I don't know, the Lagos Island, Lekki Ajah Expressway, Badagry, Ikeja, Ekpe, those areas, those locations. If you are in Kano, the protest is going to hold in the main town. If you are in Enugu, it's going to hold in the Enugu city, the government house, around the government house, I think the Lion building, around that area. Then at Nsukka, I believe the organizers over there, they will know how to gather themselves in Nsukka. Then if you're in Port Harcourt and Kaduna, the protest is going to take place in the city centers. The city centers. Like in Port Harcourt, it's going to take place in the Port Harcourt city center, and Kaduna is going to take place in Kaduna city centers. These are epicenters, like the build point states for the protest. Though protest is going to take place in other states, though I'm not particularly now, I'm not aware of any marked location for those protests or how it's going to be for all those places. The ones I'm aware currently of, that's the ones I have listed out. Let me repeat it again for the sake of clarity. If you are in Abuja, all roads leads to Freedom Square and in front of the National Assembly. If you are in Lagos, Ikorodu Road, Lagos Island, Lekki stroke Ajah Expressway, Badagry, Ikeja, Ikpe, all those places are being marked for the protest, the peaceful protest. If you're in Kano, you go to the main town. That's where you are going to gather. That's the muster points. If you're in Enugu, the Enugu city and Nsukka town are the places that are going to be used for the protest. If you're in Port Harcourt and Kaduna, the city centers are the locations for the protest. I believe that me ranting would actually ignite a patriotic desire, a patriotic fire in you, my viewers, to actually stand up to make a change. You don't need, it's not more that you must be an elected parliamentary member to cause a change. You coming out to support this protest, you coming out to protest is enough. It's a step forward to realizing the change you want to see in this country, the change we all yearn for. Once again, I'm Mr. Lex, and thank you for hanging in with me throughout the ranting. See you again soon. I feel like people will be seeing more of me often than not, because recent developments have made me now. I think I will need to be coming up, almost every day to keep people in the loop. You understand? Definitely, I'm going to be among the people that are going to be protesting if the protest is going to hold. I'm going to be there. Definitely, I'll give people live updates, and everything. And I pray, above all, that God will keep us safe, even as we are fighting for the right thing. God will keep us safe, even as we are, stepping out of our comfort zones to make sure the country works right, to make sure Nigeria becomes a country that is working for all of us and not for some individuals, to make sure the country is for the well-being of the common Nigerian, not just the blue blood or selected few. Thank you very much. Next right, your number one person brand. We are here to offer you a show that will lead through insight, prompts, life-changing writing, impactful content. We are here for you. It's all about life.